let's start with today's session. So today we are going to focus on sketch-based modeling. So last time we covered how to draw grids and columns and walls and windows and how to add fixture and how to add rooms. But what is a building without floors and ceilings and roofs and openings? And not every time I want to have a door on my wall. I want to have just an opening. So there are ways to do that, and we will start covering that. And all this is covered under sketch-based modeling. So what is sketch-based modeling? Sketch-based modeling is where I can literally sketch anything and it becomes a model. So all my roofs, my ceilings, floors, openings through floors, all of this is created through sketches. And why is it? Because you know how we created walls? Okay, one important thing that we did not discuss last time about walls is that now in Revit, we can also do a slanting wall. Before Revit 2021, we were not able to do a slanting wall. Now we are able to do a slanting wall. So I would say that we just go here. I will go here, click wall. I will draw a wall. Oh, it's a good. A 250 mm generic wall. And again, this is not going to show here. Let's do it here. So now if I click on this wall, and instead of my cross section to be vertical, I say it's slanted, and angle, I'm going to give it a 15-degree angle and apply. Now see how this wall has changed. Now let's go to the elevation view here. And earlier this wall was vertical, now it's a slanted wall. I can again switch back to 0 and go to vertical. So you can, before this option was not there. So you can start drawing slanted walls with Revit. Let's move on to our next topic, which is sketch-based modeling. So in architecture tab, there is something called roof, ceiling, floor. And then if we go all the way towards right, we have wall opening. We can create shafts and we can create openings by phase 2. And everything follows the same pattern, understanding how sketch in Revit works. So what I would do is I will quickly go here in my 3D view. So this is a completed completed 3D view of what we need to achieve. But what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to delete my floor here and delete my roof from here. Let's go to my first floor plan. Now I want to draw a floor beneath all of this. So I will go to floor, and in my the floor, there are different types of floor. There's architectural floor, structural floor, floor by face, and floor slab edge. So, but what we will do is we will go to architectural floor. By default, it goes to architectural floor. And as soon as you click on this, you would see another tab coming down in here, which is modify / create floor boundary. So now what we will do is we will create a floor boundary with all these modify tools. So I will start with the straight, I will start with actually pick line this time, because what I want is, I want the precise edges to be picked. So I will go to pick line. I would go zoom in, pick the line ends of, so these tools are very similar to how we used to work in AutoCAD. We will have fillets in here. We will have, okay, so we are good here. And if I press yes, I will end the editing mode, and it will create a floor. What kind of floor it will create? It will create a floor which is a generic. It will basically create a generic 12 inches thick floor. But we do have other kinds of floors that are loaded in the program. We can also edit some of this and, let's say, add layers to it. And this goes exactly the way we did walls last time. We can add a slope, or we can also, if we are doing a structural floor, we can also add a span direction to it. So let's see. Let's do this for now. Now it is asking me, lines must be in closed loops. The highlighted lines are open on one end. So remember how we created polyline in AutoCAD? It's the same thing. This has to be a closed boundary. You cannot have an open end in here. So I would say continue, and I will see where I have an open end. So I think somewhere here, yeah. So then I would go fillet. This is fillet. So these all tools are like we did last time. We have an align and an offset, mirror, copy, move. So all the basic commands that we use a lot in AutoCAD, they have moved those commands in here too. We will go fillet, and I will just check if there is anything else. Just everything looks okay. I will press finish edit mode, or the tick mark, and this has created. Now let's go to the 3D view and see that we created a floor in here. So this is the basic of all my sketch-based modeling in Revit. Now, at any given time, if I want to edit it, I can click on that particular model, and I can go edit boundary. And then let's say I want a different floor from here to here. Let's do this. A different floor from here to here, and let's fillet this. Okay, continue. It's not closed somewhere. Let's see, where is it not closed? Okay, this is closed. Let's see. Oh, see here. And here we go. And now if I go to 3D view, you will see there is no floor in this portion. So there is a floor over here, but there is no floor over there. And if I again go to edit boundary, you can do it two ways. You can click on this and go to edit boundary, or you can just double click on it and you will enter the sketch mode again. And then I want to add, let's say, a slope to it. So I will go here. I will click from one part to the other. Let's say there's a slope from here to here. I will add the offset at the tail. Here is how much difference I need between the both one end and the other end. And let's say this is 150 millimeters. And enter. So now if I again go back to 3D view, one side of my my floor will have slope and the other side will not. I'm quickly going to show you one more thing. If I just want to look at floor right now, I do not want to be bothered by anything else. What I can do is I can click here. And I can go temporary, hide, and isolate. So if I click on the element that I want to isolate, like I just want to focus on that element, what I would do is I would click that, I would go temporary, hide, or isolate. I would say isolate category, and I go here and I can just keep on working on the floor that I have. Also, what I can do is, let's say I want to just focus on this particular column and nothing else. So then I will click on that column. I will go temporary, hide, isolate, but I would say isolate element. So now it's just this element that I can see. However, if I click on this column and go temporary, hide, isolate, and I would say isolate category, then I can see all the columns. So this is a very unique feature that I really like in Revit, is that I can isolate elements, I can work on elements, or I can isolate the category. So let's say if I was just working on, and this also helps me create amazing floor plans. You know, if I'm showing like a floor to floor relation, if let's say I want to just isolate all the floors and see how circulation in my floors is going. If I just want to show a 3D view of my staircase and how landing is how my staircase is landing. So I can use this different ways and create as many 3D views out of that I want. And if you want to get back to it, you can just click back and reset, and you will get everything back. Now these tools here at the bottom, they are very, very important because you can change your scale from it. If you remember the first lecture, we did talk about it. We can change our scale from it. We can change the detail level, the coarse, medium, fine. We can change the graphic display. Right now I'm in shaded display, but I can go in wireframe and I can see this.
You'll need to unlock your device first.
And if I go to hidden, I will just see the 3D view, but not the color, not the visual. And then I can go to shaded and see the shaded one. There are other things. There is a crop view, and then there is a, if let's say you thought that there was something that's missing in there, you can go and see hidden items, which is this reveal hidden item. So right now, these points are my my nodes, my analytical nodes for columns, which are hidden. But let's say I go here and I hide all the columns. Let's say I hide in view category. So all my columns are hidden, but somebody did it or I did it, and now I cannot see it. So I can quickly go and turn on this small bulb sign in here, and I can see, oh, these are here. And then you can actually go on that and unhide and view by category, and everything is unhidden now. And then you can turn off your bulb. So this is a very, very, if you learn how to do sketch mode, a lot of your massing, your conceptuals, a lot of your modeling in families will become very easy, because sketch-based modeling is whenever we go to, let's say, even doing walls, you will find that even wall is a sketch in itself. So sketch-based modeling is the basis of modeling in Revit. Let's come to the ceiling. What I will go is, first I'll go back in here. Now, when I'm creating a ceiling plan, you will see when I say ceiling, there are two types of ceiling. There is one automatic ceiling, and then there is a sketch ceiling. So I would first of all focus on sketch ceiling. Again, here I can pick line, pick ceilings, pick the edges. Let's say, okay, let's do this. Let's create ceiling just for one room. So I am going to just create ceiling in this room. Now, please be very careful. There is a difference between ceiling and roof and floor. So when you're doing floor plates, you do it with the floor tool. But ceiling is actually what goes beneath the floor. So ceiling is what you would see from when you're like, it's the finished level of your floor. It's not the thickness of the slab that's in. So ceiling would ideally be different for each room, because ceiling goes from wall to wall, whereas floor slab goes over the whole floor. So let's do ceiling with this. I would, now if you don't know where the ceiling went, it went right here, because it was a 1:100 plan. There is a ceiling plans option. Now if I go here to ceiling second floor, I can't see anything. However, if I go to 3D view, I do see a ceiling in here. Everybody with me till here? Now I want to create a ceiling floor plan. And how do I do it? Okay, now I will let you guys answer this. Okay, Daya, will you tell me how can I see the ceiling in my floor plan? Like I want to see the floor plan ceiling plan.
I don't have any idea.
Awesome. Anybody has any idea? Because I did go through these steps for a different kind of view. So if you can make out, anyone?
Maybe going in a view tab, we can select the floor plans.
Who's this genius?
No.
No, I literally meant it. Yeah, we will go to the view tab, and then there are plan views in here. You can go to reflected ceiling plan, and you can create a first floor or ground floor plan. When you create this, press OK. You have these two in here. Anmol, सच्ची बताना, तुक्का था कि you knew about it?
No, yesterday I was having this problem, so I knew it.
Nice. So I'm going to categorize this into my sheet views. So they will go, you will see a ceiling plan tab in there. And because now if I go to ground floor, I don't see it. And if I go on first floor, we see it. But if we go on second floor, we again do not see it. Anybody has any idea why does that happen? We went on the first floor plan and created a ceiling. Where do you think the ceiling is? Is it on the ground floor or is it on the first floor?
First floor.
Okay, let's see. Because we were on the first floor, we created our ceiling plan on the first floor. Now this ceiling is automatically generated. It is a 600 mm grid, a 600 by 600 mm grid. We can create more ceilings. These families are also easily downloadable from there are a lot of online resources for Revit content. Revit City is one of them. BIM Object is one of them. So you can actually download a lot of content from there. When you're doing your personal work, when you're doing your, your university work, something that does not affect anybody else, you're okay to use these families. But be careful, some of these families are so heavy that they will bog down your model. So always check the size of the family that you're loading in. And some of these families also have viruses. So Revit City and BIM Object are two online resources that I always use a lot. I get, whenever I need a complicated family, I get it from them. I tone it down to what I need, or I at least have an idea that how somebody else created it, so that if I need a simpler version, that I can create a simpler version of it. I mean, I'm using something that's out of the box. We can change these different types of, we can change different types. So right now I have 600 by 600. I can have a 600 by 1200. When I'm talking about ceiling plan and what floor is it visible and why is it not visible on second floor, if you want any floor to be visible from the other floor, what we should also be doing is, there is something called an extent tab in here. Now, what does this tab do is, it actually creates the depth. It creates where you're cutting your floor plan from, what depth are you looking at, and exactly where you're stopping. Like, do you want to go unlimited with your depth, or are you stopping from, let's say, second floor, 4 feet above second floor, you're cutting your floor plan, and then you're moving it all the way down to 10 feet, no, not 10 feet, I would say 4 feet on the first floor, and you want to see everything in there. Or you just want to see something from 10 feet height till 6 feet height. So you can actually, because you're creating a real-time 3D model, you can cut your planes anywhere. And this is a very quick way to show you that how different views can be created like this. So in extents, we did talk about crop view and crop region. We will now talk about view range. Now, when we are talking about view range, this is something that I would want you to focus on. So what is view range? Top is where your actually your eye level is. Then cut plane is where you're cutting your, so you're looking from here and you're cutting from here. Okay. The third one is primary range bottom. So how much deep are you going? Your eye is here, you're cutting from here, how deep you're going. The fourth one is the depth level, view depth level. So what level of depth? So let's say you're in on the second level and you want to go to the first level. So all these things will impact what are you able to see. Now I will show you quickly that if I was on let's say I'm on the first floor and my offset here, instead of 2300 mm, I'm just going 1200 mm. Let's see how does this affect. Okay, so this says that this is below. In fact, I will go even more. I would go around 800 and apply. So did anybody notice any changes on the screen? Raise hands who noticed any changes on what happened. Again, look carefully. Can you guys see what's happening? Did anybody notice anything? Yes, and more. What did you notice? And more, what did you notice?
Door is visible.
And why
Maybe
do you think it's visible?
maybe we are cutting it from a higher level, or maybe going to cutting it from the lower level there because of that.
See, our eye level is on the top. So this is where we are. Or I cannot go on elevation, but I would have shown you. But you see that I have increased the offset from my cut plane. So you see, if we look at the reference in here, this is my cut plane. My eye is here. This is I'm cutting it from. So as long as I keep on increasing my offset, oh sorry, if I would go, this is plus. So I'm going above. So I'm going above this. So जितना जितना मैं ऊपर जाती जाऊंगी, उतना उतना I will not be able to see things, right? Let's go back to minus 800 and let's see what happens in there. So now I'm going below, and then that's why I'm not able to see some elements. So view range is very, very important. If you understand the concept of view range, you can make your, as you get better with Revit, you can really use view range to manipulate your view, what you actually want to see. If you want to, focus on any duct work between your floor slab and your finished ceiling level, you can really manipulate your view ranges to see where you are seeing stuff. Well, anyways, I will cancel this and I will say Control Z because I'm getting back to where I want. But when you are, you really want to show where you are, you can go and change your view range to see what depth, where you're cutting from. Like normally, when we were in our first year, we were told, I don't know if you guys were told the same thing, that we create floor plans, everything is cut at 4 feet level or 4 feet 6 inches level. right? Now, that is just how we do work in one part of the world. But when we are creating complex complex floor plans where we have mezzanines and we have intermediate levels and stuff like that, it's very it's very important that I can show relationship between floors. It's very important that I'm able to show that from this level I'm able to overlook to this level. If you have a balcony and you have something to show from the balcony to the floor below, or you just want to focus on one level, you should be able to manipulate your view range. And this is the whole beauty of using Revit, that you know that you're creating a virtual model and you can actually go and focus anywhere and showcase that part of that model. So coming back to our ceilings, so we should be drawing individual ceilings in each room. Now, when we were going to ceiling, there was also something called an automatic ceiling. So what automatic ceiling does is, see, most of your answers are answered by Revit, questions are answered by Revit itself. So if I just hover over it, what does it say? It says automatic ceiling creates a ceiling at a specified distance above the level in which it resides. For example, if you sketch a ceiling in floor plan view for level 1, the ceiling is created for that specified distance above level 1. So let's go here, and what it's doing is it's automatically discovering the boundaries of the room. It is giving me the height. I can adjust the height in here. Let's say I want my ceiling at 2100. So I just go click there. If it's a room bounding one, then that means that it will create a volume of the room. Right now, I go here and I click. Now it says again, none of the elements are visible in this floor plan view. And now this is because of my view range. It's saying the ceiling is there, but I am not able to see because it's below where my cut level is. Okay, I'm going to, and it happens, you know, sometimes in some rooms you have a lower ceiling level, or you creating some, you know, some light coves or some fancy lights in there, and you're trying to really sketch something in there, and you would want to do some level change in the ceiling. Let's say my sides have light coves and there's a center down ceiling, anything. So you would want to do that. Right now, what I will do is I will focus on the ceiling in here. I will go here and 2440. And so I have one ceiling in here. There's one ceiling in here. Now let's go to 3D view, and we will see that how we have different levels of ceilings in here. So visually you can see that there is a difference in level. This ceiling is lower and this ceiling is higher. Now if I go back to my first floor ceiling plan, and I go back to my view range, and now here instead of 2300 I say 2000 and apply. Now I can see the ceiling also along with this. So you understand how my view range works, and how see, this is the whole beauty, that I can choose what I want to show, and I can really, without doing any deleting or hiding, I can choose that this is what I want to show, this is what I don't want to show. Is everybody with me till here? Anybody wants any repetition, any clarifications? Anybody who did not follow wants me to repeat? Okay, there are. So Hunar said creating a floor on that level. And Mol, what do you mean by door? Oh, that was earlier. Okay. Sorry guys, my chats were a little minimized. Okay, so assuming everybody understood everything, I'm in the company of geniuses, and next time you might be teaching something to me. I am, by the way, I am learning coding right now because I want to write some custom plugins for Revit. Soon I might be able to add 1 or 2 tabs in here and show you what I'm doing. Anyways, coming back to this is how we've created floors. This is how we've created ceilings. Exactly the same way we will create roofs. Let's everything else. Now I just want to be on my first floor level and I want to create a roof in here. I will go to roof. So there are few roofs ways that I can create. So it's a roof by footprint, roof by extrusion, and roof by face. So first we'll cover roof by footprint, which is the standard way. I will create a boundary and then I will create slopes and then I'll have a roof on there. What I will do is I will create one roof from here to here. And then one roof I want to create from here. Okay, my bad. Let's do a little overhang in there. In here, my overhang is, let's say 1500. Let's do a little overhang. And my overhang is what I'm going to do is I'm just going to offset. Offset. And yeah, let's do 1500 in here too. And not copy. And a 1500 offset in here. And then now right now you see these triangles in here. These triangles mean an angle. Now what angle is this? So right now it's 750 by 1000. That's the slope that I have. Now I can increase or decrease the slope. I can just say 0 as my slope here. 0. Because in India we do flat roofs. So we will do a flat roof in here. So it says it cannot make a footprint. Show. Okay. Okay, cancel. Close. Delete roofs. Let's go back in here. Let's try again. See, such is the nature of this software that you can, like, even if you're like one of the people who did something 2 days ago, you can really, if you do not follow the steps, you will end up in a in loop. What's happening in here? So let's do this. It created an angle right now. If I go to 3D view, yeah, see, it created a roof right here. Now what I should be doing is my base level in here should be 2nd floor, and apply, and this. Now I can come back here, I can edit my footprint, and let's see if I can make all these angles 0. 0 and 0. Okay, so it is saying that it's not able to create it. I would just say cancel. Let's do the 750. Why is it saying that? Breaks from the offset. Yeah. Let's see what's happening in here. Why is it not letting me create a flat roof? Let's decrease this to 100. Okay, yeah, see, so what wrong I was doing here was that I was trying to create a slope, decrease the slope from each side, which means that I was decreasing the thickness of the roof. So I was making thickness of the roof as 0. That is exactly what I was doing. So now, so there are 2 types of angles in here. One is each side, because it's a solid generic roof, thick roof. And the other one is the angle of the overall roof. So what I did here is that if I click here, this is 0 by itself, but I will have to sketch and come out. See, that's the thing. We can, if we forget to follow the steps, we will end up in a loop. Anyways, coming back to this. So this is the roof that we created. If I want to increase the thickness of this roof, and I want this to be an 18 inches roof, or I want this to be 750. So this is what I can do in here. And another roof I want to create, which is like slanting. So what I would do is I would go back to my floor plan, 1st floor, roof. Now here my base level should be 2nd floor, and I will create a roof in here, and I will go back to my 3D view to check. Oh, see, I'm doing it wrong. Roof. Let's go to this side. Let's close the ceiling plan first. Also, I want to, because I'm getting here, let's go to view range, and the top level has to be unlimited. Apply. Okay. View range. Okay. So now I'm able to see where my roof is. No, I'm not. Also, I should be able to do underlay, second floor, apply. And view range, cancel. I will go to underlay, second floor, apply. Okay. Now I'm able to see that I created roof in here from here. So what I did was, because of the difference of my elevation and my my 3D view and my floor plan, I was drawing the roof over the same portion. But now what I did is I went to underlay, the underlay option in here. I went to my base, and I would say, what do I want to see? Now I can see that this is the roof that I drew all the way from here to here. Now I want to create another roof from here to here. So again, I will go back to roof, sketch. Now if I go to 3D view, I'm drawing my roof correctly. Yep. Again, because my base level was, this is all the way up here. Now what I want to do is, this is okay. And also what I want to do is, I did footprint on one of these sides. I just want to do it to, and let's say what cancel. Oh, base from the outset. Let's do it 300 and apply. Okay. Why is it saying that? Oh, why? Oh, because of this guy. 750. Okay. Fine slope. And fine slope. So let's go to the 3D view. See what happened in there. So I created a straight roof, a slanted roof. And now what I want is, okay, I also want to decrease the angle because this angle is too much. And I'm going 50. Yeah, this is good. Now what I also want to do is I want all these walls to go and hit them here without me going and stretching these walls. So what I will do is I will click on this wall, I will click on this wall, I will click on this wall, and I would go hit attach top base. So when I do this, come on, attach top base. Oh, it needs to be extended. Let's go to floor plan. Okay, let me create another floor plan. Okay, let's go to second floor plan. I can see this roof in here. I will extend this roof. I will go edit footprint. I will increase the footprint so that my walls can detect. Now let's see. Go to 3D view. Now see this. See how the slope is going in here? Now I will click this wall. Oh, this is pinned. Let's unpin this one. Oh, that was a column. Gonna click here, attach top base, select the roof, and it's all the way in here. Let's do a wireframe. No, bad idea. I'm just going to do this. Again, attach, select the wall, attach top base, select the roof, and it goes all the way and it touches it. So similarly, the column can do the same thing. You select the column, attach top base. It says the structural column is attached to non-structural targets. It's not that it's not doing it. It's just giving me it's giving me a warning that because it's a structural column and my roof is a non-structural element, so it is attaching itself. Technically, this is wrong, but it's still doing it. So what I can also do is select all instances visible in view, attach top base, select, and press OK. So now it's all these are hitting. See right here, I didn't do it. So here I cannot see. Let's go. Select. And this is especially useful when you're having a slant roof or a pitched roof somewhere, because otherwise what happens is you could stretch, but if you want to have a slant, then you just want it to cut where it is. So attach stock base and select. So it puts it seamlessly everywhere. Everybody with me till here? Any questions? Just give me a second, guys. Were you guys able to look at the recordings from the last 2 classes? Did anybody not get access to the last 2 classes recording? Actually, I wanted to show, I did not get everybody's email IDs. I did not get everybody's so right now, if you can see my screen, these are the only people who have access to these videos. Anmol, I will repeat this. I will repeat the process for roofs, for roofs. But first of all, other than these people, nobody else has access to your Revit Class 1 and 2. Also, I don't know if once you are, how long you can use your university email IDs to access these classes. So I would say that if you want a longer access, like even after you graduate, and you can, I don't know if you can use it after your graduation or not, but if you want to see it anytime, just give me that email IDs. I mean, if you can use your university email ID till whenever time you want, it's okay. But if you cannot, give me the email ID so that you have these access, because at least for next 4 to 5 months, these videos are going to be private. I mean, if I see here, you guys are 8 people on the call, and I can see only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Komal is one who's working with me. So I can see only 5 people in here. Rest of the people, you guys do not need access to your classes. You don't want to see the videos again. See now. Okay. Oh, okay. Anyways, I have your chats available. I will be able to do this later on. So Anmol wants me to repeat the roofs. So we are creating different kinds of roof in here. We are creating pitched roofs, and we are creating flat roofs. So I'm going to delete both these roofs right here. And actually, I will go Control-C. This time, I'll do it in a better way. What I'll do is, on my first floor plan, I will draw a detail line. So what I will do is I will go to detail line okay, so annotate tab. I will select a detail line. So what is a detail line? Detail line is a line that is visible in only the view you draw it in. So if I draw it in a first floor plan, I won't be able to see it in second floor or in elevation or in sections. So I will draw a detail line right here. So till here, I want to have my straight roof, and then I want to have a pitched roof. Now I will go to architecture tab. I will go to roof by sketch. I will draw a roof. Till here. I can increase or decrease the distance. I can use the measure command in here to see what is the distance. Let's say this is, for now it's 500 millimeters, and I want this to be at least 1500. So I can go and I can offset this to 1500. Okay, offset 1500. So here and here. And no, not this. I will again draw a line. Offset 1500. I'll fill it. Okay, so this is all four sides are slanting in here. Now I have two options. Either I can select all four of these and uncheck define slope. Press OK. It says rooms are not properly enclosed. Let's not focus on that right now. But if I go to my 3D view, and again, because it created a floor on this, a roof on this level, because my base level was floor 1, I would select here and make my base level as level 2. So now I have a flat roof in there. Now, some of you will ask me, and I don't know why nobody asked me, but I'll still answer it, that what is the difference if I just drew a floor over here instead of roof? Now what happens is Revit is a smart software. There is an intelligence built into it in which you can, tomorrow when you're creating a schedule out of it, and there would be some properties that you create a roof schedule. If you have created this as a floor, it would not even generate. So when you take material takeoffs, when you are doing anything that's related to roofs, because you drew it as a floor, it will not even show up. So this is when I did a flat roof. Now rest of the part, I want to draw a slanting roof. So I will again go back to my first floor. Because I did draw this, I can see this. I will go to roof. I will draw from this end all the way to this end. I will, in just a little bit, I will increase it and I'll tell you why. And now select this. Now, if I go to 3D view, you again, as I always forget this, but let's put it back on first floor. Please guys, do not follow this practice. Whenever you draw it, do select the right level, because sometimes you're really advanced. I mean, for the purpose of a tutorial, this is okay, but you should actually be choosing the right floor level. Anyways, if I go here and now I want to change my slope, I will go here, I will go edit footprint. I can actually just select this, select this, select this, and say this does not define slope. And even this slope, instead of 750, I am making the slope as 150. And yes, so now this is a lower level and this is the higher level. Let's go and look into the 3D view like this. So you see how we have a slanting roof. So you can define your, I would suggest that you guys play with this as much as you can so that you get the concept right. And now I want these walls to touch my roof. So what I would do is I would not go and stretch this, which a lot of people do. I mean, if you want to create like an architectural element out of it, that's okay. But ideally, you would want your, that would actually happen, that you would want your wall to be, cutting like this. Then what you should do is select the wall, say attach top base, select the roof, and it goes all the way till here. So, and similarly with the column, and I will select all the columns, select all columns, in fact, all instances, visible in view, attach top base, select roof. So I would just say press OK. It is just telling me that only some of these columns can be attached, some of them cannot be. I'm just making my life easy. So now let's say if there was a fixed glass that you wanted to put in there, that will be done with curtain walls, and I will show you in next class how do we do curtain walls. Actually, you know what? I'll just give you a brief gist of how you can create one simple wall into, like this wall, I want to make it a glass wall. I will just go here, click this. Instead of a basic wall, I will go here and say curtain. So now this is my glass wall. Switching element to the curtain wall, it inserts elements all the inserts will be deleted. So what it's telling me is that there was a window in here and stuff. It is getting deleted. It's all one glass wall. See, now I have a glass wall in here. And this glass wall can also go attached top base. I mean, this is just the starting of how can you do an extruded roof? We are going to extruded roof next, Honor, don't worry. So you will click here, select this, attach top base, select the roof, and you have a glass wall going all the way from top to bottom. So you can create everything fancy that you want. You can literally select all these walls, attach top base, so this is how we did the attaching the walls. to the bottom of my slab. Now, next thing that I want to do is create roof by extrusion. So next is roof by extrusion. So what do we do in here is I will actually go, and now this is where this will become more interesting. So for this, I will have to explain you the concept of work plane, reference plane, and reference levels. Okay. So what are reference levels and reference planes? Remember that in the first session we talked about are we over time? No. The datum elements. Do you guys remember the datum? How can we get clean exterior, clean finished exterior? Like, I don't want to show columns as exposed. We'll come to that. You have to. We'll talk about it. Don't worry. Let's first focus on the reference level. So remember, we talked about datum elements. So datum elements are the elements that help us define the levels and the planes. So our grids and levels were datum elements. More datum elements are my reference planes. So reference planes are imaginary planes that we draw for something that actually would not exist. So say, for example, I have a level 2 and a level 1. And if I want to place something between these two levels, but I don't want to create an extra level for it, I will create a reference plane in there. And similarly is the reference line. It's an imaginary line. It's not a real line, and it is only used for purposes of aligning stuff and doing other things. Now, let's say when we do roof with extrusion, what I would say is that we create a profile, something like this, and then we just do an extrusion out of it. And this has a lot of uses. Let's do this. What I want to do is I will go to north elevation, and I'm going to delete this roof. And I want to create a very fancy roof in there. So first of all, I will create, let's go to roof extrusion. It is asking me that, tell me which plane am I working at? So I would say I have to pick any line.
I didn't understand that.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Any reference line, and where that reference line is drawn, there will be an imaginary plane created. So let's look at the floor plan, first floor plan. Okay, so I will take my grid I is where I want my reference plane. Now let's go to elevation north, and I would say roof by extrusion, and I'm picking up my grid I. Now what level? So right now, second level. This is where I want to draw. Offset, okay. Now I'm in sketch mode again. Now I will draw a random arc in there. So I'm drawing an arc. And this is what I want to do. And then let me give it a thickness of, okay, I'm going to offset this with 300 mm, which is about 12 inches. And again, and now, okay, I'm going to offset this. Offset, copy, and fill it. Okay. The extrusion sketch must not be open. So where is it open from? Let's see, where is it open from? Let's go to 3D view. So you see this is a reference plane that we created it in. And I can actually also move my reference plane if I want. Okay. So if I move my reference plane, the sketch will move with this. Sketch. Extrusion roof, the roof's thickness and material compression defined in this type. Show. Those. Yeah. What step am I missing in here? Completed the sketch. Okay, start as 0 and let's make it 1200. Apply. Okay, we'll come this to later. Just I think I'm missing one parameter in here. I didn't define. I think this project needs that parameter to be defined. Hunar, we'll come back to this. How can we get clean finished exterior? Like, don't want to show columns that are columns as exposed. Anmol, can you explain a little bit more? What do you want in this exactly?
Like I don't want to show the exposed columns. I want a clean finished exterior. How can we do that?
Okay, so then what you have to do is, so you want the columns to be inside. Am I correct?
Yes.
So basically what happens is right now my columns are placed on the exterior face. This is how I did it. You can anytime place your columns on the interior side. I'm just going to align this column. Let's see this in 3D view. You see this column is hidden now. It's basically flushed. And if you move it further inside, then you will not see it anyways. Right now, because in my floor plan, my columns are a little outside, you will see it. Does this make sense? Great. This extruded roof, I think I'm missing a step in here. Just give me like half an hour, 40 minutes. I need to figure out the steps and then I'll get back to you with that. Okay, let's move to the next part, which is opening through walls. So like we talked about it last time, that how we can add doors and we can add windows. But what if I want to add an opening, but do not want to add a door into it? So let's say I have an interior wall, an interior partition wall of 4 7 by 8. So I'm drawing an interior partition wall in here. I want this whole wall to be as like one wall. I do not want to make two different walls. I want to create an opening, and then maybe my opening has certain kind of fancy, like it's an oval or something like that, without creating a door. So first of all, quickly, what I will do is I will go and create an elevation in there, because to create wall opening in a wall, we need to work in an elevation view. So we will go to View tab and we will go to Elevation, and I'm going right here. I'm creating an elevation. Go to Elevation View. Going to increase the crop window. So this is the wall that I have. Let's also make it shaded. This is the ceiling. And let's also make it fine. So I'm first of all going to close all other windows. This is just one, and then I want on my first floor plan this wall. And what I'm going to do is WT, and I will highlight the wall. So let's say I want to create an opening in here. What I will do is I click the wall, I press wall opening. I will start sketching an opening in there. And I have it here. Now, if I want, I can also edit the openings sketch in there. So what you do in here is architecture, modify, click on the wall, on the opening. Now this opening is also a family. So if you want to have, let's say, an arch in there, or you wanted to have some other fancy shape in there, you will have to create a family of opening. So let's see if I can load any family and see if I have.
I didn't understand that.
Who else faces this problem with annoying voice recognition with their phones? It's like an annoying boyfriend who is always there, cutting you, doesn't let you speak. Anyways, so let's see if we can load a family and see, I don't have a family that will blocks video. It doesn't have a family. So what I will have to do is I will have to create another family, which is not part of this course, but we will. I'll suggest you some other YouTube tutorials that you can watch, or other tutorials that you can watch to create the family. So basically, you create an opening family. What you can do is you can change the height, the width, the sill level, the base offset. So right now, if my base offset is 0 and my height is 1700, and apply. So you get the opening inside the wall. Similarly, if I want to have, if I create multiple floors, now what I will do is I will go to a new project, because I want to create multiple floors in there and show that how we can create a shaft within floors. So I'm going to another project. So you see how this, we can create openings in different floors. So I'm quickly going to draw one floor. So 120 feet by 160 feet. Yeah. Now I will go to elevation. What I will also do is I will create similar, and I will just go, let me just copy this for now. So copy, and multiple. So now I have, let's say, 4 floors, and I want a shaft in here. I will go to my level 1 plan. And why am I not able to see my floor? This is, why is it hidden? Unhide category. Somehow this was hidden. And okay. Anyways, in our 3D view, if you can see, I have 4 floors created. I will go to level 1. I will create a shaft. And let's say I have a shaft (20 feet by 25 feet). 25 feet, enter. 20 feet, enter, and 25 feet. So now base offset is this, unconnected. Top constraint, I want all the way up to level roof and apply. And this. Now let's go to 3D view. And see this. Why I did this? Because it did not extend itself. But can you see that I created an opening all the way. Now this would be very, very useful when you're creating elevator shafts, or when you are creating, some of you, if you do your thesis and all, if you do your thesis in hospitals, you know that there is a waste chute or a dispensing chute. So all that stuff, these are important tools where you can create a shaft, you know that there's going to be a fixed opening. This is how we will do shafts in Revit. And we will we can edit the sketch anytime, we can give it any shape, because just like any other modeling, it has different tools. You can give it any shape. You can have your base constraint from footing level. You can offset it to 100 feet and apply. And now if you copy these roof floors, let's go to one of these elevations, north elevation. I'm going to copy and let's go to 3D view, and you will see the shaft gets created all the way. Okay. Any questions? Anmol, you have a question? Okay, then I think we are. Did we cover everything? Just give me 1 second for today's lesson. Yeah, we covered everything for today's lesson. For next lesson, what I would want is that you all get at least one AutoCAD file that you can import into. For next session, also try to install AutoCAD 2021, because you already have Revit 2021. I would want you to install AutoCAD 2021, because next session we will be talking about linking CAD, linking PDF, linking different elements, different file formats, what are the best practices, what we should do, what we should not do. But at least with the modeling tools that we've learned till today, we should be able to create a basic structure. We've learned about walls, we've learned about roofs, floors, ceiling. We talked about adding furniture, different components. And as we go, we will also keep. How do we get license? just like if you have Revit license, so this is 2021, and the files that I'm also giving you are going to be Revit 2021. Also, Autodesk has a policy that the latest version, it only gives the latest versions for student trial. So you have to install Revit AutoCAD 2021. If you, I'll just quickly also show you. If you have this Autodesk app installed on your laptops, on your computers, you will see that it will suggest you AutoCAD. Like I have installed AutoCAD right now. In fact, I just installed it 2 days ago. But it also, if you go to a complete list of what softwares you can use, it will so it will give you a complete access of all the student versions that you can use. So you have an AutoCAD. Some of you, if some of you like SketchUp, I would highly recommend try using Format Pro. I have recently started using it. It is very similar to SketchUp. In fact, it does same kind of modeling as SketchUp, but the good thing is that it will link itself to Revit. It will import its geometry to Revit, and it has a very good integration within Revit. So if you guys like using SketchUp, you can use Format Pro. Also, you have other softwares that you can use. InfraWorks is there. If somebody is into product designing, they can use this. Civil engineers use it. All your friends who are in other engineerings, electrical or mechanical or civil, you can tell them that they can have the student software and use it. These are all the softwares that you should, but I would highly recommend using Format Pro. If it works like SketchUp, and I have started really liking it. If those of you who are interested in green buildings or in energy analysis, you can also use Insight. It is not one of the best, but it will give you a good insight of how energy analysis can be done in a software. Revit you already have. So I have right now a student access, and I'm showing you all the student student softwares that Autodesk has provided. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy, and we will see each other on 17th. Bye.